And welcome back, everyone, to Overtime. As we teased earlier, we have a special guest joining us here on the interview couch. He is a Morehead native who prepped at Gentry High School, then later went on to become a national champion at Mississippi Delta Community College. And then he was off to Starkville to play at Mississippi State. And his 2 years there, he led the Bulldogs in sacks. And after that, had a short stint as a professional in the NFL and over in the World League. And now he is coaching, most recently named head coach at Coahoma Community College. We're so honored to have with us none other than Larry Williams. Thanks so much, Coach Williams, taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here on Overtime. As we mentioned, you're taking over your first season as head coach at Coahoma Community College. But before Coahoma, you were at Hines for a number of years, 2 stints there. You retired this past season, thought coach was done with coaching, had been in the game for a long time, but then you resurfaced to take over the head coaching job at Coahoma Community College. Tell me a little about the decision to step down at Hines and then come back into coaching at Coahoma.
Well, I think number one thing, sometimes when I've been a place for 21 years and off and on, and then, as a head coach, and sometimes, you need a new voice, and I think it was, just maybe a time to make a change. And me and my wife, we struggle with it a lot, and after I decided to do it, and you sit at home for 3 days, and it kind of forced me back in it. You really want to get, and you really understood, just talk to some former players and some former coaches and stuff, and it's like, man, is you happy, and you want to be happy, this ain't gonna do nothing make you miserable. You just sitting at home or just trying to go that second phase, that final phase in your career and stuff. And I just felt like I had a lot more to give to the, to players, to these students. I had a lot more left in the tank. And then, matter of fact, just the biggest thing was when I got an opportunity at Coahoma, just get back to the Delta. I always wanted to finish in the Delta.
I know home's so important to you. And at the same time, you're taking over a Coahoma team, coach, that has struggled recent years. How do you get this program turned back around?
Well, the thing, that I see at Coahoma is you got to, first of all, you got to start at the top. And you got a great president that believes in athletics, and then you can see it from the changes that he has made since he's been there. And when putting a lot of money into athletics. It's a recipe so you can have success there. There's no doubt. Then you right in the Delta where you got homegrown talent. You got athletes in this Delta. And in sometimes, you go back and look. I know I will play Coahoma a lot of times, and it's a play here and there. We walked out there lucky is on what to win. So you can win there. And you got you got a lot of great high school coaches that know how to coach that's in this area. So you're going to get a good product to put it. All we got to do is keep them home. Keep them in Clarksville. Keep them close. Clarksville always, when you didn't want to deal with Clarksville when I grew up playing football, high school football. And we going to get, like I said, just give us time and patience. We're going to get that thing going. I promise you that. I know at Coahoma, I've seen what we got to offer, and I know we got what we need to be successful there. I gotta get it out of those kids, and we gotta be able to put a good product out there on that field.
All right. Well, Coach, we're going to take our first time out of this interview portion, but we'll return. We're going to touch on your life story growing up in Sunflower County, particular Morehead. We're going to go back in the past and find out what got you rooted in football and how you were able to blossom into the person we see today. Coach Larry Williams joining us here on Overtime. We'll be right back with much more.